Hiya. Here's a question for you. Just suppose you're walking down the street and you pass someone, and you say hello to them, and they don't say anything back. What does that mean? What does it mean when they didn't answer you back? In actual reality, it doesn't mean anything at all. That's my point today. Nothing that ever happens has any absolute meaning. Nothing that happens has an absolute meaning. Things only mean the meaning we ascribe to them, the meaning that we give to them. In that example, what does it mean the person didn't reply? It could mean they simply didn't hear you. They might have been deep in their own thoughts. They might have been in a rush. They might have had stuff on their mind. They might not recognise you. They might be somebody who's a bit apprehensive about speaking with people in public. It might have been a stranger. It might not have been the person you thought it was. Could have meant all manner of different things. It could have meant they were annoyed with you and ignoring you, yes, but it could have meant so many other things. Nothing has any particular meaning. Why am I talking about this? It's very important in respect of how we learn how to be scared of things. Because I mentioned in the previous video, one of the ways we learn how to do fear is something happens and we decide that it has a particular meaning. And from that, we decide that situation is a scary one and is deserving of fear. So we then feel scared any other time we're in that sort of situation. But the problem is, so often we don't have enough information to apply a particularly solid meaning to things. The other thing is that, as I said, nothing has any absolute meaning. Therefore, something which we thought meant a particular situation was dangerous could have a very, very different meaning. A very different meaning. I mean, for example, suppose you're thinking of setting up your own business, but you're scared because you know of somebody else who set up their business and they failed and they lost everything. Therefore, that means setting up a business is you setting up your business is going to fail as well. So you're scared of doing it, so you don't make the commitment, so you don't do it. Does it mean that you're going to fail just because that other person failed? Well, no, of course not. There could be 1,000,001 reasons why they failed and why you wouldn't fail. But if you've applied that meaning, then you're already scared of making that commitment. When we can kind of take a step back and review situations and look at the other meanings they might have, look at the other lessons we could get, look at the positive, powerful, empowering things we can learn from it, new meanings that we can apply to it, that can set us up in a whole new set of situations and really help us make a great success of things, and more importantly perhaps can really help us to conquer our fears. This approach forms a key part of helping people to transform their deepest fears into their greatest strengths. It applies far more often than you might think. So here's something for you. Think of something that you may be feeling apprehensive about. Let's start with something light. Let's not go right into the deep end here, but something you might be feeling apprehensive about because you've known somebody who did it and something happened, and so that means that you can't do it. Now think about that and kind of take a step back and think, well, what else could it mean that somebody else failed to do that thing? It could mean that you can't succeed, but what else could it mean instead? That could actually mean you're in a good position to succeed. Just use it as a thought exercise. Come up with what feels like an easy to follow example, and just see where you go with it. Maybe share your results below. Let's see what we can all come up with. But that's it today. Nothing that happens has any absolute meaning. Things only mean the meaning we apply to them.